Good morning นะครับ everyone. So on the last class นะครับ when we talk about the system of equation, let me have a short recap a bit ครับ we talk about like the collection of two or more equations นะครับ with more than one unknown or one variable นะครับ when we have two of the linear equation, we call it as system of linear equations นะครับ The first example was in the purple color นะครับ that is the example of the system of linear equation with two variables or two unknowns. In this one, you can see that we have variable x and y นะครับ in here, x and y in here ครับ on both equations นะครับ in here. So while the second one นะครับ the second group, this is in the green color. We have system of linear equation of three unknowns or three variables x, y, and z นะครับ appear in every single equations นะครับ like this. So when we have the system of linear equation, the way that we have to do นะครับ in order to solve these system of linear equation is that we have to know that okay, there are like possible solution set นะครับ that can be parallel นะครับ when those equation appear นะครับ as like when you just like plot the graph, it comes into the parallel lines. So there will not be any number of solution at all นะครับ it's zero number of solution นะครับ we call it as inconsistent system. When you have like two lines นะครับ that intersect to each other นะครับ then we have just one solution only นะครับ this one. So this one we call it as consistent or independent นะครับ. But if we say that we have the lines that are coincide นะครับ in here like this, sorry, this one. This one is coincide นะครับ the number of solutions are infinitely many นะครับ so this one we call it as consistent or dependent นะครับ okay, so now let's move on. In order to solve the system of equation นะครับ we have a couple of methods that we normally use. The first one is what we call graphing นะครับ the graphing is that you just like plot the graph for each equation นะครับ you just plot the graph for each equation นะครับ so then you know that whether the two lines are intersect at one point or they are parallel or they are just like identical, so we can justify the number of solutions นะครับ. So and after that we just like talk about นะครับ we just talk about the examples before นะครับ For the examples that we have got in here, the example that we have got in here, we just try to just like give the y-intercept and x-intercept in order to just like find the points, and after that we draw the line for this graph in order to justify the answer. Same as this one. For this one, we just like find x-intercept and y-intercept to represent the point. After that, we draw the line for the graphing. That was just like the first way and the easiest way. If you don't have any idea how we're gonna solve that equations, we may use the graphing to help. Now, let's talk about the second method that we do the solving of the system of equations. Now we are still in the linear equations anyway. In this one, you can see that, okay, the second way in order to solve a system of equation is that we use method of substitution. For this method, the first step for method of substitution is that you solve one of the equation for one unknown in terms of the others. For example, if we have two equations with x and y, you just like find x นะครับ in term of y in one equation first or find y in term of x in that equation and after that นะครับ you just substitute this into the other equations then you have one unknown left นะครับ after that you solve the equations that containing one unknown to get the answer of x or y. After that, when you get the answer for x or y already, you back substitute it into into the other equation. So you get the solution. Finally, นะครับ this one you have to be careful นะครับ if you remember นะครับ when you just like did นะครับ the exam นะครับ some of you didn't check the solution นะครับ you have to check the solution in the equations as well whether it is correct or not นะครับ if you remember when you did any simplification I don't mind if you don't check the answer but if it is the equation you always have to check because sometimes when you get the solution that solution may not work. For example, it might not be in the real number system, or sometimes that value is impossible to answer. For example, some of you, if you remember some of the question we have the answer, for example, 1 plus or minus square root negative 15 over 3, something like that. This one you must not answer นะครับ This is not in the real number system because square root cannot have negative value inside its square root. That's why in this one you have to check that okay you shouldn't answer this one or sometimes when you substitute the value into the equation it just like show the error. For example, left hand side and right hand side when you just like substitute with the value they are not equal. That means that solution is not usable. So don't forget this is important. You have to check the solution in both equations that we have got. Now let's see I show you how do we gonna do the solving a system equation by using method of substitution. So in this one you can see that we have two equations นะครับ in this system. The first one y equals to negative 1 minus x and the second equation is that we have 4x minus 3y equals to 24 นะครับ. So the first one นะครับ you can see that okay let me write down we have equation 1 and 2 ครับ in equation 1 we have value of y นะครับ we have value of y in terms of x already y equals to negative 1 minus x here. So the things that I have to do is that I will substitute y นะครับ into this second equation นะครับ so I said that okay I will substitute. So then we get value of x already นะครับ the next step is that we back substitute นะครับ we have to back substitute นะครับ if we check in equation number 1 นะครับ minus 4 equals to negative 1 minus 3 negative 4 equals to negative 4 this is correct. We check in equation number 2 นะครับ 4 x นะครับ minus 3y equals to 24 or not นะครับ 12 plus 12 equals to 24 yes นะครับ then we can use x and y as a solution of this system of equation นะครับ x is 3 y is negative 4 นะครับ then we can answer Okay, now, so this is the way in order to solve this system of equation by using method of substitution นะครับ by using method of substitution. Okay, so นะครับ the next one นะครับ for the next slide นะครับ before I move on to the next slide, do you have any questions about this example? So the next one นะครับ this one I want you to do it by yourself ครับ 5x minus 4y equals to 9 and x minus 2y equals to negative 3 นะครับ I give you 3 minutes to solve this problem นะครับ and when you get the answer already type your answer in the chat box ครับ for the value of x and y in terms of the coordinate นะครับ okay so in this one นะครับ you can see that okay some of you get the answer that is x is 5 นะครับ y is 4 นะครับ in here okay let me just see yeah okay some of you answer already นะครับ that's a good one นะครับ okay for Natamon say that y is 3 over 2 and x is 0 นะครับ okay now let's see for this one how do you gonna solve it นะครับ so when we have this equation นะครับ when we have this equation the system of equation the things that I do first is that I'll see that which one that I would like to substitute นะครับ so in this one I will just like try to find x in terms of y. You can see that when we have equation number 1 and 2, it seems like equation number 2, I can make it to be x in terms of y easier because in here I have x already. I don't have to do anything much. I just like move y to the other side, and then I can just like substitute it for the next equation in here. So in this one, I say that okay, from equation number 2, we have x equals to negative y plus 2y, and then we substitute x in equation number 1, in equation number 1. So we get 5 times negative 3 plus 2y minus 4y equals to 9, right? Okay. And then we got negative 15 plus 10y minus 4y equals to 9. So you get 6y minus 15 equals to 9. 6y equals to 9 plus 15, 6y equals to 24, y equals to 24 over 6, y equals to 4, y equals to 4. Now we back substitute. In equation number 2, then we get x minus 2 times 4 equals to negative 3, x minus 8 equals to negative 3, x equals to negative 3 plus 8, x equals to 5, then we get value of x and y already. We have to check first before we can answer, okay. Then we check in equation 1 first. 5 times 5 minus 4 times 4 equals to 9 or not. 25 minus 16 equals to 9. 9 equals to 9. That is correct one. Then we have to check in equation number 2 x minus 2y equals to 3. Equals to -3, sorry. 5 minus 8 equals to -3. -3 equals to -3. Yes. Then the solution of this system of equation is 5 and 4. Okay, right. So if you just like do it and the answer is 5 and 4 or x equals to 5, y equals to 4, that is correct one. Okay, right. Okay, any question for this example? Anyone? If no, let's move on to the next example. The next example here, solve y plus 1 equals to 5x plus 5 and y equals to 5x minus 1. So everyone just do it by yourself 3 minutes again. 3 minutes again. When you get the answer already, please write your answer in the chat box. In the chat box. Max said that no answer. Ina said no solution. Yeah. So the proper word Max. We should use like the word like no solution, not no answer. Answer is no solution. Okay. Because if you say that no answer, somebody might be confused at what does it mean by no answer. You couldn't do that or what? Something like that. So we say that no solution is like the proper word. Okay. 50 seconds left for anyone who haven't finished this one. Okay, time's up everyone. So in this one, I can see I see that in equation number 2 it's easy so that to substitute this value because we have value of y already we don't have to do anything else, just substitute y into this equation number 1 then we get 5x minus 1 plus 1 equals to 5x minus 5. Then we get 5x equals to 5x minus 5. If you move this 5x to the left hand side 5x minus 5x equals to -5. 0 equals to -5. That is impossible. So we say that okay, the system has no solution. Right. Okay. So this is the answer. This system of equation doesn't have solution. Okay. So any questions about this example? Anyone? Okay. So this one, we said that it doesn't have solution. When it doesn't have solution, you don't have to check because this one, you don't have solution to answer anyway. We just said that, state that, okay, this system doesn't have solution. Just that. So if you don't have any questions, let me move on to the next slide. Let me move on to the next slide. The next slide, we talk about the third method. In order to solve the system of equation. This method, we call it as method of elimination. How do we gonna eliminate? And what to eliminate? Firstly, when we have 2 equations or more, we try to rewrite both equations in the form of ax plus by equals to c. Try to write every single equation in the system to be in the form of ax plus by equals to c. Why is that? The reason is because we can just like see them นะครับ in system นะครับ x is on the first term, y is on the second term, and the constant is on the right hand side นะครับ so that we can manage them easily when we just like put them in the order of the terms like this. After that นะครับ step number 2 we multiply นะครับ either or both equation นะครับ by appropriate constant so that the sum of x coefficient or y coefficient is 0 นะครับ for example suppose we say that we have 5x plus 2y equals to 1 and the other one we have 3x plus 4y equals to 5, let's say. You can see that when we just like put them in the form ax plus by equals to c on both equation already, right? You can see that in here. If you multiply equation 1 by 2 นะครับ when you multiply equation 1 by 2, the things that we have is that we get 10x plus 4y equals to 2 นะครับ this one when you do like this, why do we need to do so? If you have a look for term y, both of them are the same, right? You have 4y like this. So if we just like subtract these two equations, we can eliminate 4y out, then we have just x left. That's why we call this method as method of elimination นะครับ so when you add or when you subtract these two equations, the sum of equation, we have one unknown left. In this case we have just x left นะครับ and when we have x left, you can just like solve for x easily. When you get x already นะครับ you back substitute x into the equation, and then the last one that I always tell you นะครับ check the solution on both equations นะครับ in here, right? Okay, this is the step of method of elimination นะครับ now let's see, we will just like do the example together นะครับ I'll show you first for the first example. In this one we have two equations นะครับ 3x minus 2y equals to 48. 9x minus 8y equals to negative 24. You can see that, okay, if you just like want to do นะครับ if you just like want to do the easy thing นะครับ in this one you can see that if you just like see x here นะครับ okay, let me see. First one นะครับ you have a look whether both equations are in the form of ax plus by equals to c already or not. Yes, both of them are. Then you don't have to just like re-justify or just like move any terms นะครับ anymore. Now the second step, you can see that in here if I'm considering x term, you can see that x term here, in order to make the coefficient to be equal, I just multiply equation 1 by 3 นะครับ if I say that I multiply equation 1 by 3 so that I can make 3x to become 9x, then I get 9x minus 6y equals to 48 times 3, 144 นะครับ okay. After that when I get this one already นะครับ in this one I say that, okay, I just like have a look, I subtract นะครับ okay. I subtract 2 with 3 นะครับ and see what happened. So you can see that 9x minus 9x, okay, if I just like write them fully, 9x minus 9x นะครับ minus 8y minus 6y equals to negative 24 minus 144. Then I can eliminate 9x out. So I get negative 2y equals to negative 168. Then I divide negative 2 on both sides. Both sides. Then I get y equals to 84. Okay, so this is the value of y. When I get y already, I say that I back substitute y in equation 1. Okay. So 3x minus 2 times 84 equals to 48. 3x minus 168 equals to 48. 3x equals to 48 plus 168. 216. $72. So I get the answer for x and y already. Then I have to just check. In equation number 1 first, 3 times 72 minus 2 times 84 equals to 48. 216 minus 168 equals to 48. 48 equals to 48. Yes, it is correct. In equation number 2, 9x 72 minus 8y 84 equals to negative 24 or not. $648 minus 672 equals to negative 24 or not. $24 equals to 24. That is correct too. Oops, sorry. Then we can answer that. Then the solution of this system of equation is 7284. And then we can answer. Right. So this is the way of using the method of elimination to eliminate one term out, so that you can just solve the equation by finding just one unknown only. And after that, you do the back substitute. Okay. All right. Okay. Any question for this example? Anyone? If no, I want you to do the next example by yourself. For the next example, this one, I want you to solve by using the method of elimination, method of elimination to find out the value of x and y. For this system of equation, I give you 3 minutes, everyone. So please find out the value of x and y, the solution of this system of equation. 3 minutes. You may start now. If you get the answer, please write your answer in the chat box. Okay, time's up. Now, okay, let's see. We do it together. Number one, both equations are in the form x plus by equals to c already. Then we don't need to just like move anything. Second one, I consider term x. I want to eliminate term x first. Then I have to multiply. I have to make just like them to be equal. So the smallest number is 12, right? 12x. Then I have to multiply equation number 1 by 3 and multiply equation number 2 by 2. Then I get for equation number 1, I get 12x plus 18y equals to 36. This is equation 1. For equation 2, 12x plus 18y equals to 24. This is equation number 2. So if I subtract equation 1 by equation 2, I get 0 equals to, hang on, I better write everything fully. Okay, 12x minus 12x plus 18y minus 18y equals to 36 minus 24. 0 equals to 12. That is impossible. So this system of equations does not have solution. Then you can answer. Okay, so this is no solution. So for anyone who answered that there is no solution in this system of equation, you do the correct way. That's correct. So any question, anyone for this example? All right, if you don't have any questions, let's move on to the next slide. On the next slide, I'm talking about the systems of nonlinear equations. In the previous slides, we talked about them before. They were system of linear equation. But right now we talk about nonlinear equation. For the nonlinear equation, system of nonlinear equation in 2 or more equations has at least one of which that is not a linear equation. So for the system of nonlinear equation, there are also 3 possible solutions as well. First, a finite number of solutions. Second one, it may not have no solution at all. Or the third one, infinite solutions. In order to solve for the system of nonlinear equation, we have to eliminate a variable using substitution method. We have to use substitution method. In order to use the substitution method, it's similar to what we did with the linear equation. So in this one, we have to find x in terms of y, and then just like substitute that x in another equation. When we get the answer already, we just like use to back substitute into the equations, and finally we check the answer. Okay, now let's see. In this one, we will try to solve this nonlinear equation. Why do we call this one as nonlinear equation? Okay, let's see. We have equation number 1 and equation number 2. Equation number 1 here is nonlinear. It has the multiplication between term x and y together. So this one makes this equation to be nonlinear equation. We call this system as system of nonlinear equation. Okay. So how do we gonna do that? In this one, you can see that the easiest way to substitute the easiest way to substitute and to eliminate the variable is that we have to do it with equation number 2, because in the linear equation it's easiest way to fix this problem. So this one I said that, okay, from equation number 2 I find y in terms of x equals to 2x minus 2. Okay, then substitute y in equation number 1. So we get x times 2x plus 2 equals to 24. X, then we just like multiply them. We have 2x squared minus 2x equals to 24. Right. Okay. Then you just divide 2 on both sides. Then we get x squared minus x equals to 12. X squared minus x minus 12 equals to 0. And then you do the factorization. You get x minus 4 times x plus 3 equals to 0. Right. In this one, we get x that is either 4 or negative 3. That is the answer. Okay. So when we just like have x, we have the value of x for 2 of them. We back substitute in equation number 1 first. Okay, then we say that, okay, 4 when x equals to 4 x, sorry, 4 times y equals to 24. Y equals to 24 over 4 equals to 6. Okay, next, for x equals to negative 3, then we get 4 times y equals to 24. I'm sorry, just do the wrong thing. X equals to negative 3, right? negative 3 times y, I'm sorry, negative 3 times y equals to 24, y equals to 24 over negative 3, then y equals to negative 8. So that means we get the solution for this system of equation are the first one, that is x that is 4, y that is 6, and x that is negative 3, y is negative 8 นะครับ then you have to check นะครับ we just like check in equation number 1 first นะครับ okay 4 times 6 equals to 24 นะครับ then 24 equals to 24. Yes, the first solution is okay. Next one นะครับ negative 3 times negative 8 นะครับ equals to 24. Both of them are equals นะครับ that is correct. Now you check in equation number 2 นะครับ for 6 in here we said that okay 6 minus 2 times 4 plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, 6 minus 8 plus 2 equals to 0. 0 equals to 0. That is okay. Now we check the second one, negative 3 and negative 8. We said that okay, negative 8 minus 2 times negative 3 plus 2 equals to 0. Negative 8 minus, plus 6 plus 2 equals to 0. Negative 8 plus 8 equals to 0. That is correct too. Then the solution that is for this equation is 4, 6 and negative 3, negative 8 are correct and can be used to answer as a solution of this system of equation. Okay, right. Okay, then any question for this example, everyone? So if you don't have any questions, now I want you to solve the next example by yourself. The next example by yourself. So we have two equations. X squared equals to y. X squared equals to 2y plus 10, and 3x plus 3x minus 7 equals to 9. The first equation make this system of equation to be nonlinear ones because we have x squared in here. That's why this one is nonlinear system of equation. So in this one, I give you 3 minutes to solve this problem by yourself everyone. Okay, let's start now. When you have the answer already, please type your answer in the chat box. Okay, time's up. So right now we have one student who answered, that is from Nina. She got 16 over 3 for x and 83 over 9 for y. Okay. So now let's see whether this one is correct or not. Okay. In this one, you can see that when we have when we have two equations like this, 1 and 2 in here, you can see that from equation number 2 it is the equation easiest equation that we would like to just like use to eliminate one, or just like to substitute one variable. In here you can see that from equation number 2 3x minus 7 equals to 9. We can solve for x. In here we have 3x equals to 9 plus 7 นะครับ 3x equals to 16. Then x equals to 16 over 3. We get x already in here. So we substitute the variable x in equation number 1 นะครับ. We get 16 over 3 square equals to y plus 10. Okay. Then we get 256 over 9 นะครับ, equals to 2y plus 10. Then we multiply 9 on both sides. We get 256 equals to 18y plus 90. Then I just like swap the side. 18y equals to 256 minus 90. 18y equals to 166. Y equals to 166 over 18. So we get y equals to 83 over 9. When we get this one already, we check นะครับ. For sure, if we check in 1 นะครับ, in equation number 1, equation number 2, if we check for x, 3 times 16 over 3 นะครับ, minus 7 equals to 9. That means we get 16 minus 7 equals to 9. 9 equals to 9. That is correct one. Now we check in equation number 1 นะครับ, by substituting the value of x and y. We get xนะครับ, that is 16 over 3 square ครับ, equals to 2y plus 10. Okay, then you multiply 9 on both sides. Then you get 256 equal to 256. This is correct too. Then the solution for this system is 16 over 3, comma, y is 83 over 9. Okay. This is the answer. Okay, right. Okay, then นะครับ for this example, do you have any questions? Have anyone? It's not difficult, isn't it? So, but I mean, like when you multiply any values or subtract any value to solve the equation, you have to do it carefully. Just that, ครับ it's not difficult. Okay. Now, นะครับ if you don't have any questions, let's move on to the next example นะครับ I want you to do it by yourself as well นะครับ for this one for this system of equations you can see that on the first equation here นะครับ the first equation here we have x squared and y squared in this equation so it makes equation number one make this system นะครับ of equation to be non-linear equation because we have x squared and y squared here okay นะครับ in this one I give you 3 minutes นะครับ I give you 1 more minute so that you can have more time to do 4 minutes นะครับ to solve this equation ครับ everyone I give you 4 minutes นะครับ do it now ครับ okay time's up it seems like no one can help me to answer for this one wow Nina just like start showing the answer already นะครับ okay x1 y1 is 3 negative 1 sorry 3 and negative 1 and x2 y2 is negative 13 over 5 and 9 over 5 okay interesting นะครับ okay what about the others can you just like find the solution for this system of equation นะครับ it may have like a bit long step in order to do this one นะครับ I just like do it slowly while if you just like have your answer นะครับ you may type your answer in the chat box as well นะครับ in this one okay because I have to use a lot of space in here then just write from the above นะครับ okay I said that from number 2 นะครับ equation number 2 then I get x นะครับ in terms of y x equal to 1 minus 2y นะครับ so I substitute in equation number 1 I get 1 minus 2y square plus y square equals to 10 then I get 1 minus 4y plus y square นะครับ sorry plus 4y square plus y square equals to 10 นะครับ then I get 5y square minus 4y minus y minus 9 equals to 0 นะครับ in here so I have to just like do the factorization นะครับ I have to do the factorization so in this one I say that I have 5y square plus 5y minus 9y minus 9 equals to 0 นะครับ then I just split them to be 5y times y minus 1 minus 9y times sorry minus 9 times y minus 1 as well equals to 0 my y plus hang on plus 1 yeah okay then I have y plus 1 times 5y minus 9 equals to 0 นะครับ then I have y plus 1 equals to 0 นะครับ and 5y minus y minus 9 equals to 0 in this one y equals to 0 or in this one y equals to 9 over 5 in here okay so that means we get like hang on, I just like do this one wrong. -1, okay, or 9/5. Then we have two possible y's in here. When we get two possible y already we substitute y in equation number 2 in case that y equals to 9/5 first then we get x plus 2 times 9/5 equals to 1. X plus 18/5 equals to 1. X equals to 1 minus 18/5. X equals to -13/5. So the first solution is -13/5 with y that is 9/5 Now for y equals to -1 we substitute it in equation 2 as well x plus 2 times -1 equals to 1. X minus 2 equals to 1 X equals to 3. Then we have the second solution is 3 and -1 Now the next thing that we have to do is that we have to check in equation number 1 first for the first solution -13/5 and 9/5 in this one we get -13/5 square plus 9/5 square equals to 10 or not. We get 169/25 plus 81/25 equals to 10. It is 250/25 equals to 10 or not. 10 equals to 10. Okay. Now we check in equation number 1 as well for the second solution 3 and -1. -1 square plus it is x square first. Three square plus -1 square equals to 10. 9 plus 1 equals to 10. 10 equals to 10. That is correct. Okay. The third one we check in equation number 2 So we check -13/8 and 9/8 first then we have x -13/8 plus 2 times 9/8 equals to 10 or not -13/8 plus 18/8 equals to 10 or not. Oh, sorry, it's equal to 1, not to 10.
เอ้าตรงไหนอะบีเหรอ
B เนี่ยพี่
อุ้ยเอ้าตรงไหนอะบีเหรอ
Okay, in this one นะครับ let me check x plus 2y equals to 1. Okay, x plus 2y equals to 1. So in this one we get negative 5 over 8 นะครับ equals to 1. That is not equal. So that means in this one is not true in equation number 2 นะครับ in this one. That means when it's not true, the solution negative 13 over 8 and 9 over 8 นะครับ cannot be used in this system of equation นะครับ okay next นะครับ we also check the second solution นะครับ sorry we also have to check this one นะครับ 3 and negative 1 นะครับ in equation number 2 as well
อาจารย์คะ sorry
yes ครับ
isn't it negative 13 over 5
over 5 right not over 8
Yeah.
did I write the wrong one
yeah I think
oh sorry oh yeah thanks for telling me นะครับ okay when I write lots of things I may just like do it wrongly okay thanks for telling me so then that means if we do this it should be okay then oh that means it's okay now okay 5 over 5 equals to 1 1 equals to 1 yeah okay thanks for telling me นะครับ I did the wrong one so that means on the first solution it works for the second solution นะครับ we substitute in equation number 2 as well นะครับ 3 plus 2 times y equals to 1 3 minus 2 equals to 1 1 equals to 1 that works as well นะครับ so that means the solution นะครับ we have two solutions that also work in this system of equation ครับ all right okay so this one นะครับ we get the answer already for the system of nonlinear equations by using the substitution นะครับ and back substitute in order to eliminate of like one variable by just substitute it in terms of another variable instead okay. Right okay for this example นะครับ do you have any questions ครับ anyone
อาจารย์ครับ
yes ครับ
if while we're checking if it's the solution for only for one like it's like it's true for equation 1 but not true for equation 2 what do we do
so you say that okay there's no solution ครับ
okay ครับ thank you
yeah because it must be I mean when you get the answer นะครับ or when you get the solution it must be true on both equation that's why I have to check both equation for you ครับ otherwise you can see that if we check just one solution only and finally it appears that okay one the other solution is not true นะครับ that will be the problem because if you answer already นะครับ while the solution is not true on both equations when we just like try to make this graph นะครับ from this solution the coordinate will be wrong นะครับ so that's why you have to check on both ครับ so when we have this thing already นะครับ okay let's see the next thing นะครับ that we have to know about นะครับ is about the system of linear equations again นะครับ but right now the system of linear equation come in terms of 3 variables นะครับ come in terms of 3 variables so what are we going to do in this one we need to have method นะครับ we need to use method of elimination นะครับ for the linear equation in 3 variables นะครับ normally นะครับ they come in term of just let's say 3 equations and then they just like want you to find out the value of those 3 variables นะครับ okay so when we have like those equations firstly นะครับ we have to reduce the system นะครับ to be 2 equations in 2 variable first นะครับ from 3 equations 3 variables you reduce it นะครับ to be the 2 equations with 2 variables instead นะครับ after that ครับ before we just like reduce how can we do to reduce it if you remember นะครับ we have the step of elimination นะครับ we have method of elimination for 2 variables before we try to make นะครับ one of the variable to have the same coefficient so that we can add or we can subtract นะครับ two equations together and then we can get rid of that variables that you try to make the coefficient to be the same okay after that step number 2 you solve the resulting system of 2 equations into variables that we had before นะครับ we can substitute back substitute or we can eliminate นะครับ after that you back substitute the value of the variable to find the variable found in step number 2 into either of equations to find the value of the second variable นะครับ then we get the value of 2 variables already the next one นะครับ we use the value of those 2 variables to find the value of third variable by back substituting for like very first equation that we just like try to eliminate that third variable นะครับ that third variable okay so in this one นะครับ in this one we just have the first example here นะครับ we just have the first example here this one นะครับ you can see that we have what to say 3 variables นะครับ x y and z they are in 3 equations นะครับ they are in 3 equations so in this one นะครับ what are we going to do นะครับ what are we going to do okay. in this one we have 3 equations นะครับ equation 1 2 and 3 นะครับ 1 2 and 3 now I'm going to consider นะครับ I'm going to consider นะครับ equation 1 and 2 this one I have to use a lot of space as well okay I will multiply นะครับ now I want to get rid of what variable let's see I want to get rid of variable z let's say you can see that when I consider 1 and 2 นะครับ in order to make variable z to have the same coefficient I have to multiply equation number 2 by 2 นะครับ for every single term นะครับ so I said that I multiply equation number 2 by 2 okay then I get 3x sorry 6x plus 6y plus 4z equals to negative 6 okay so I add 1 and 2 together I plus 1 and 2 together the things that I get is that I get okay 5x plus 6x plus minus 2y plus 6y ครับ minus 4z plus 4z equals to 3 minus 6. Then what I get is I get 11x plus 4y equals to 9. After that นะครับ when I get this one already นะครับ that means I get 11x plus 4y equals to 9, right? Then 11x, sorry, just move here. Okay, this is the value of x. After that, I have to consider นะครับ I have to consider 2 and 3, equation 2 and 3. Now I can from equation 1 and 2 นะครับ I can get rid of variable z already นะครับ Now I have to consider equation 2 and equation 3. So in equation 2 and 3, I just want to eliminate z as well นะครับ because I mean like my goal right now I want to eliminate variable z นะครับ on every single equations. Then I have x and y only. Then I just like fix for x and y นะครับ. So in equation 2 and 3, in order to eliminate z นะครับ in order to eliminate z, you can see that I have to make the coefficient of z to be 6, right? Then in equation 2 นะครับ I multiply 3 in equation 2. Then I get นะครับ 9x plus 9y plus 6z equals to negative 9. For the equation number 3, I multiply 2 to equation number 3. I get negative 4x plus 10y plus 6z equals to 6. So in here, I subtract equation 2 with 3. Then I get 9x minus negative 4x plus 9y minus 10y นะครับ plus 6z minus 6z equals to negative y minus 6. Sorry, negative 9 minus 6. Then I get 13x plus 15 equals to y. Y equals to 13x plus 15. Have something like that. Okay, then in this one, I try to substitute นะครับ in this one actually I don't have to just like do this นะครับ I just leave it as 11x plus 4y equals to 9. That is enough. As the equation 4. This one is equation 5. Okay. I say that I substitute นะครับ y in 5 to equation number 4. Then I get 11x plus 4 times 13x plus 15 equals to this one 9. So I get 11x plus 52x plus 60, sorry. Equals to 9. Then I get 63x equals to 9 minus 60. X equals to 53. So x equals to negative 53 over 63. And after that, you just substitute, value of x in equation of 5, in equation 5 in here. So I think in this one, I just should write it properly. And then I'll show you on the next class. I'll show you on the next class because I think that I just have to just recalculate something before. We do like this. Okay. So in this one, okay, I just do it for you on the next class instead, because now the time is over right now. Okay. So I would like to ask for the I would like to ask for the makeup class. I would like to request for the makeup class. Just won't be long. Let me just check the time that we had a bit. Okay. So the time that we have for makeup class should be on Wednesday. That is tomorrow. It should be on Wednesday or tomorrow class. The time that all of you have the available time is the same as the previous makeup class that was 6 to 8 p.m. 6 to 8 p.m. So I would like to request the makeup class from 6 to 8 p.m. On tomorrow for our makeup class. For anyone who cannot join the class tomorrow, I record the video and just post it on our canvas as usual so that you can follow it up. Okay, right. Okay, then everyone up to this point, do you have any questions?